Dino Off Road Adventure is the New-for-2023 edition at Six Flags New England. This is not an entirely new ride, rather, it is yet another reskin and retheme of their antique car ride. Was this a good addition? Find out in this review of Dino Off Road Adventure. This ride originally opened back in 1962 as Route 66. This was your typical set of antique cars, but the layout was placed in a shady section of the park. Aerodynamics provided the original fleet of vehicles. In 2015, the ride was renamed Wild Wheelz. The layout was unchanged, but there were a few upgrades. First, the vintage-style cars were replaced by Jeeps from Gould that had animal-inspired paint schemes. Second, you passed a few static animal statues along the way. Nothing earth-shattering, but it made the ride even more popular with kids, who make up the ride's main audience. For the 2023 season, the attraction was once again rethemed, this time to Dino Off Road Adventure. The African animals were removed. Instead, a series of dinosaurs were added along the course. A large chunk of the characters are static, but a few have limited movements. They're on par with what you'd expect at one of those Dinosaurs Alive walkthroughs at the Cedar Fair parks. And honestly, I would not be surprised if these figures were repurposed from a similar experience elsewhere. This not only boosted the on-ride experience, but it improved the off-ride presentation as well. The old animals were really only visible on-ride. Now, the new dinosaur figures are larger, and some are also closer to the midway and also have audio effects. The ride's aesthetic was also changed to an expedition. The Jeeps lost their animal colors, and now they have army camouflage colors. Another really nice touch is that the staff members wear safari outfits. Usually, you only see themed ride outfits at the most highly themed parks, so it's neat to see Six Flags trying that out as well. The only downside with this change is that the antique cars has always been one of the park's lower capacity attractions, and now it's only more popular. Each car seats a maximum of 2 riders, and there's usually just 6 or so on the course. I would not be surprised if this ride only accommodates 150 to 200 riders per hour. The physical queue space is short at least. If both switchbacks are full, the wait is around a half hour. But it is entirely unshaded and not the most pleasant on a hot day because of how slowly it moves. This line tends to grow as the day progresses, so I would highly recommend riding this as early as possible. The line is usually no more than 5 to 10 minutes if you ride in the first hour or two. The park currently loads 2 vehicles in tandem. Riders are restrained by a shared seatbelt. Once checked, you can begin your journey. The course spans 1,850 feet or 564 meters. The course is just as woodsy as before, and it is a scenic ride because the vehicles have a max speed of just 6 miles per hour. The cars hug a guide rail, but there is a steering wheel that subtly adjusts your car's position, and for kids, it gives them the opportunity to actually drive. Then you have the dinosaur figures. The ones with movement did not seem to be triggered by sensors. Rather, their movements seemed to be on a timer. The dinos were well placed throughout the layout, so there was always something to look at. But the highlight is easily the giant T-Rex at the far end of the layout. Not only is it the largest animatronic by far, but it is currently accompanied by a staff member with a microphone. There, they tell a mix of corny jokes and factoids about dinosaurs. And I even saw them directly interacting with the T-Rex as well. I do wonder if this position is only temporary during the ride's new phase, or if it's a permanent addition, since it is a really cool feature adding some character to the experience. The overall ride takes roughly 3 minutes, and it's a major step up from your usual antique car ride that doesn't really have much in terms of theming. So what would I rate Dino Off Road Adventure? I would give this attraction 8 out of 10. This is a great set of antique cars now. While the theming may not be as good as something on a dark ride, it is head and shoulders better than what you can typically expect for this type of ride. This is an addition that Six Flags New England didn't really have to do, but it will endear this attraction even more with the younger crowds. The kids I saw getting off were having an absolute blast seeing all those dinosaurs. I think this was a very smart addition to the park. It didn't have the same budget as a major thrill coaster, but it will undoubtedly draw in kids and families. Dinosaurs sell. So those are my thoughts on Dino Off Road Adventure, the 2023 edition at Six Flags New England. What are your thoughts on this ride? Could you see more parks updating their antique car rides? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this review, I would appreciate it if you gave this video a like, and you consider subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster and amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.